Welcome, Honor of Kings warriors. Today, we're diving into Augran, the assassin fighter who commands the forces of life and death. With skills like Soul Resonance to tether enemies, Path of Passing for unparalleled mobility, and Conductor of Souls to execute the weak, Augran is your ultimate weapon. Stay tuned as we explore his abilities and strategies to dominate the battlefield. Before we dive in, don't forget to support the channel by liking, sharing, and commenting on this video. Your support helps us bring you more great content, and it means the world to us. Now, let's get started. Unlocking Augran's full potential requires the right equipment. Each item enhances his abilities, making him a deadly, unstoppable force. Let's explore how these items amplify his power and turn him into the ultimate assassin fighter. Here's how each item benefits Augran in battle. 1. Boots of Resistance. Benefits to Augran. The Boots of Resistance provide significant magical defense and 30% resistance to crowd control effects, which is crucial for Augran as an assassin fighter who needs to dive into battles and stay mobile. His playstyle often involves closing gaps quickly and avoiding being locked down by stuns, slows, or roots. The additional movement speed also complements his need to move swiftly across the battlefield, especially when using Path of Passing to ignore terrain and gain extra mobility. 2. Rapacious Bite. Benefits to Augran. Rapacious Bite is perfect for Augran's jungle presence. The cooldown reduction and movement speed directly support his fast-paced gameplay, allowing him to use his skills more frequently and chase down enemies. The passive Hunter amplifies his jungle farming efficiency, helping him scale quickly in terms of XP and gold. Given that Augran's Death's Precipice and Conductor of Souls both benefit from frequent use and positioning, the ability to quickly farm and gain power makes him even deadlier in the mid to late game. 3. Axe of Torment. Benefits to Augran. The Axe of Torment enhances Augran's damage output with physical pierce, making his attacks more lethal, especially against tankier enemies. The cooldown reduction further allows him to spam his skills like Death's Precipice and Conductor of Souls more often. The passive Maim synergizes perfectly with his crowd control capabilities, especially when combined with Conductor of Souls to knock back and slow enemies, making them easy targets for his high damage attacks. Shadow Ripper. Benefits to Augran. Shadow Ripper significantly boosts Augran's attack speed and critical rate, making his basic attacks far more dangerous, especially when under the effect of Soul Resonance. The passive Storm Strike enhances his burst potential, especially when critical hits are involved. Given that Augran's Seer State, activated after using certain skills, can result in instant kills on low health targets, the added burst from this item can help finish off enemies more effectively. 5. Bloodweeper. Benefits to Augran. Bloodweeper grants Augran powerful physical lifesteal and max health, increasing his sustain in prolonged fights. This is especially useful when diving deep into enemy lines, as the passive Revive can save him in critical moments, giving him the chance to recover and continue fighting. The extra health synergizes well with the healing effects from Death's Precipice and Conductor of Souls, allowing him to stay in the fight longer. 6. Eternity Blade. Benefits to Augran. Eternity Blade is the finishing touch on Augran's build, enhancing his critical damage and critical rate. With Augran's high damage potential and skills that focus on weakening and finishing off enemies, the passive Relentless amplifies his kill potential, particularly when he's in the Seer state, where he can execute low-health enemies instantly. The added critical rate and critical damage make each of his basic attacks and skill combos more likely to result in devastating, game-changing hits. Overall synergy. These items collectively turn Augran into a relentless force on the battlefield, capable of dealing high damage, staying mobile, and sustaining through tough fights. The cooldown reductions from multiple items let him use his skills frequently. The physical pierce and critical damage make his attacks more lethal, and the lifesteal ensures he can survive even the most challenging encounters. Together, they empower Augran to maximize his potential as a gap-closing, clean-up powerhouse who can dominate both in 1v1 duels and teamfights. Augran's Arcana choices enhance his effectiveness as an assassin fighter. Calamity boosts his critical rate, increasing his chances of landing powerful critical hits. Hunt improves his attack speed and movement speed, making him quicker in both dealing damage and moving across the battlefield. Eagle Eye raises his physical attack and physical pierce, allowing him to deal more damage, especially against armored enemies. Together, these Arcana amplify Augran's burst damage, sustain pressure on enemies, and improve his mobility, making him a more formidable force in battle. Certainly. Let's break it down by focusing on Augran's combos with each of his teammates and how he counters each enemy hero. Augran's combos with his team. 1. Lady Sun, Marksman. Combo potential. Augran can initiate or follow up on Lady Sun's attacks using Path of Passing to close the gap on enemies. As Lady Sun slows and marks enemies with Frag Grenade, Augran can dive in and secure kills with Conductor of Souls, summoning spirit counterparts to further pressure the enemy. Synergy. Lady Sun's Rolling Raid grants her increased range and speed, which can sync with Augran's mobility to quickly overwhelm the enemy's backline. 2. Mai Shiranui, Assassin. Combo potential. Augran can coordinate with Mai Shiranui's Hisho Ryuenjin, which knocks up enemies, to land a devastating Conductor of Souls right after, maximizing the crowd control and damage output. Kachusen can also reduce the enemy's defense, allowing Augran to deal more damage with his skills and basic attacks. Synergy. Mai Shiranui's ability to dash and deal consistent damage allows Augran to focus on cleanup and sustain using Death's Precipice, healing himself as they together eliminate enemies. Number 3. Charlotte, Fighter Charger. Combo potential. Augran can follow up on Charlotte's Power Gradation, which slows and damages enemies in a star-shaped area. As she disrupts the enemy formation, Augran can jump in with Path of Passing, using the enhanced movement speed to outmaneuver and finish off enemies with his powerful burst damage from Conductor of Souls. Synergy. Charlotte's sustained damage and survivability complement Augran's burst potential, creating a deadly combination that can dominate extended team fights. Number 4. Yuria Support. Combo potential. Yuria's Verdant Protector can shield and enhance Augran's abilities, allowing him to dive deep into enemy lines with Path of Passing while being protected. Her crowd control from Wandering Beam also pairs well with Augran's ability to execute weakened enemies using Conductor of Souls. Synergy. Yaria's ability to provide a shield and crowd control boosts Augran's survivability and effectiveness in fights, ensuring he can stay in the fray longer and contribute to his team's success. Augran's counters to enemy heroes. 1. Cirrus, Assassin Fighter. Counter strategy. Cirrus relies on mobility and burst damage, but Augran can counter this with his Boots of Resistance to reduce crowd control duration and Axe of Torment to slow Cirrus down. Augran's ability to ignore terrain with Path of Passing and chase down Cirrus even after he tries to escape makes him a strong counter. Key advantage. Augran's sustained damage and healing from Death's Precipice allows him to survive Cirrus's burst and retaliate effectively. Number 2. Diao Chan, Mage Assassin. Counter strategy. Diao Chan's strength lies in her ability to kite and deal continuous damage, but Augran can counter her with his superior mobility and resistance. The Shadow Ripper's attack speed and critical rate will help him burst her down quickly before she can utilize her immunity skills. Key advantage. Augran's Conductor of Souls can knock Diao Chan out of position and prevent her from casting her critical spells, turning the fight in his favor. 3. Ukyo Tachibana, Assassin Fighter. Ukyo's enhanced basic attacks and dashing abilities can be mitigated by Augran's lifesteal from Bloodweeper and physical defense from Boots of Resistance. Augran's ability to heal from Death's Precipice allows him to survive Ukyo's burst and counter with his own high damage output. Key advantage. Augran's burst and sustain make him resilient against Ukyo's combos, allowing him to stay in the fight and turn the tables. 4. Shoyu, Marksman Assassin. Counter strategy. Shoyue relies on stealth and ranged attacks, but Augran can close the distance with Path of Passing and avoid his traps. Once Augran is close, Axe of Torment's physical pierce ensures that Shoyue's defenses are breached, and Conductor of Souls can quickly finish him off. Key advantage. Augran's ability to chase and burst down Shoyue makes him a strong counter to this stealthy marksman, negating Shoyue's ability to stay hidden and snipe from a distance. Number 5. Zhuangzi. Support. Counter strategy. Zhuangzi's crowd control and support abilities can be problematic, but Augran's burst damage and Eternity Blade's critical damage ensure that Zhuangzi is taken out quickly before he can provide meaningful assistance to his team. Augran can bypass Zhuangzi's slow effects and crowd control with his mobility and resistance from Boots of Resistance. Key advantage. Augran's high burst and ability to ignore crowd control effects make him an effective counter to Zhuangzi, allowing him to eliminate this support hero swiftly and focus on other targets. Conclusion. With his carefully chosen equipment and arcana, Augran can seamlessly integrate with his team's strategy, enhancing their strengths while also countering key threats from the enemy lineup. His ability to burst, sustain, and outmaneuver makes him a versatile and deadly assassin fighter on the battlefield. Thanks for sticking with me so far. To fully master Augran and dominate the battlefield, make sure you watch until the end to catch every strategy. Don't forget to hit subscribe button and turn on the notification bell so you never miss an update. And when you're done here, check out my other video tutorials linked at the end. There's plenty more to learn. See you in the next one.
Enemy unstoppable! Unstoppable! Shut down! You have slain an enemy! Enemy double kill!
Death for the return.
An ally has been slain. You have slain an enemy.
A strike to disperse evil.
Your team has destroyed a turret. Your turret has been destroyed.
The darkness.
You have slain an enemy. Double kill. Fabulous. Triple kill.
Life is but a dream. Death for the return.
Your turret has been destroyed.
Our high ground tower is under
Your team
attack.
has destroyed a turret. Godlike.
Our crystal is under attack.
Thank you for watching. Don't forget to check out the video on screen for more tips and strategies. See you on the battlefield.